at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. Hey, it's too late to try to go contain it. A generation fueled by creation. We live lives on a small screen nation. We control the airwaves, no negotiation. I refuse to think we need saving. Something good will come from creation. And when we think that the world is too anxious, we'll adapt, evolve, survive, and save it. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. Hey, oh yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong.
Oh, look at me. I'm retarded. I'm a globe.
The whole system is designed to disconnect you from your intuition. Why? Disconnected people are easy to manipulate. Everything from sunscreen to politics to the food industry. It's all designed to disconnect and manipulate you. We are in the middle of a war right now, but it's not a traditional war. It's a war on consciousness. It's a war on freedom. This is the time to listen, not to the news. No, your intuition, your gut, your heart. Love is the greatest weapon against darkness. How do you love more? You begin by loving yourself. How do you love yourself? You listen to the messages your body is telling you.
Nobody is coming to save you. Get up. Be your own hero.
I'm scared, Dad.
Do you trust me, son?
Yes.
Come on, son. Rule number 1, never trust anybody.
All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Sovereign Soul Unchained Mind, coming to you 250 miles above your imagination in this IT nightmare we call the International Fake Station. We're flying along straight and level with my good friend and co-host, Something Wong. He's back here smiling. He just keeps everybody happy. He keeps the bongs loaded. He keeps it just going on. That's what we do up here. We're doing all this science. Oh my goodness, look at all the people I've got in here. 50 people already on a Tuesday night. What in the world here? What do we got? And 4 over on the Rumble. Yay for the Rumble side. All right, let's see who do I got. There's Pebble Something Sibler. Want to give a shout out, Saddlebum. Thank you for your contribution, your donation. It's greatly appreciated. Also, while I'm at it too, Brian Ebersol. Thank you for your donation as well. It's really highly appreciated. Thank you very much. We didn't have to go work with that guy that wants to put shit in our way all day long today again. So that was pretty cool. The homeowners were so happy with the work that we did. They went ahead and they bought us lunch on top of everything else. So that was pretty good. They were really tickled to death with our work. So that makes you feel good when something like that comes down. So anyway, let's see who I got here. I got Spiral Graffiti's with us. Ryan, Cookie Monster Ryan is here. And of course, Saddlebum, Jehovah's lovely daughter Barbara. Pebbles is here with us. We got, let's see, David. That's a cool name. He's in the Council of Daves. We have that, you know. It's a clique. It's a clique. You have to be a Dave to be in it, man. Got Maria Walker with us here tonight. We got Schneider going, the True Few, Bear Jew. I remember that in that movie, Inglorious Bastards. Holy crap. That was insane. Let's see. Chaos Code with us here tonight. Britt. Let's see, anybody else that I didn't talk about yet that's in here? ZXL Masters here. We got RPB 69. Next chapter is with us tonight too. I think next chapter. Let's see who else we got. Heresy Seed. All right, look at there. He just popped in, said one thing. I haven't seen no more of them. Sea Level. Listen, I got to tell you something, man. I've been playing around on Facebook here. Retarded Globe, yes. And listen, I've never met or run across so many people that are unable to think. They scream about science all day. Oh, you don't know science. Oh, okay, well, let's use the scientific method. Honey, they run for the fucking hills. They don't want nothing to do with that scientific method because every time it's used, it just destroys every one of their little hypotheses that they got. They always want to talk about fucking sunrise and sunset. And I'm like, no. I want you to show me a thermodynamic system that's open, that has pressurized gas. I want you to demonstrate that. I want you to demonstrate a gas pressure. Okay, a specific volume of gas without containment. Come on now. Even when they say, well, air has mass and it weighs. How do you know? Well, if we put some in a tank, why are you putting it in a container? You see, that's just the ridiculousness of their whole fucking thing. It's like, it should be, it's like if gravity were holding the air. This is so stupid. These people think that gravity can hold air. And they'll sit there smugly and say, well, gravity holds the atmosphere to the earth, you know, and then they open a beer and it goes, psh. It's like, why didn't the gravity keep that gas in the fucking can? Might have a idea out there? Oh my God, some of the shit these people come up with, it just blows me away. Oh, look, here comes Chad. We got Chad with us tonight. What's happening, Chicago Cubby Bear?
Sav, I just wanted to let you know that I'm leaving the Flat Earth cult.
Oh my God, who got
I can't
to you?
stand to be around a dirt bag or any of that anymore. But hey, April Fools.
Oh, that's right. Oh, did you see where the drunk debunk guy? He had a total boner because I watched the video he made.
I didn't see that.
Oh my God, yeah, and he still thinks that was a good hit piece, and I'm like, you got to be shitting me, man. It's like the only thing that looks stupid in there is you in between clips of me. You know, that's what I'm looking at. It's like, you know, okay, you know, I can't read. Pretending like you can't read. Okay, how much mileage are you going to actually get out of that? You know, certainly not 20 minutes worth.
Yeah.
You know,
your parts in it were the only parts that were the entertaining part. The rest of it was all crap.
I know. I was sitting there like, how is this supposed to make me look bad? You know, you're going to sit there and go, oh, he thinks gas pressure requires containment. Ha, 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 ha. What? Are you really laughing at that? I mean, as you know.
Yeah, these guys, man, they're one of a kind, or I should say many of a kind, I guess.
Oh my God. It's insane. So I put this out in a couple of the stream out into a couple of flat earth groups on Facebook, especially where I've seen the most mouthy of all these people. And I said, come on, let's talk about this shit. You know, let's talk about it a little bit. So we'll see if anybody bites. I doubt that they will. I mean, it's like they must have like some kind of a little script book or something that they go by, you know?
Yeah. One of them probably won't show up, but I'm sure they'll send some kind of troll to come over here. They're good at doing that. They always find some random, you know, whatever person to come over and just talk a bunch of nonsense, basically, just to agitate, fire up the flat earthers.
Well, we had David Wright just commented on one of them that I posted and said, okay, what about? And I said, whatever you like. Whatever you like. You want to come up here? What do you want to talk about? Evolution? You want to talk about how dumb the shit that is? What do you want to do? Because I'm going to pin you down on any one of your little stories.
You should simulcast on Facebook. Maybe that'll entice them to come up or something.
I don't know if I'm probably allowed to by now. I wasn't allowed to be on Facebook with video for a while or something because of a restriction, but then I forgot about it. I should go ahead and do it.
That's half the reason I don't even hang out on. Like, I have a Facebook, but I just basically use it for marketplace. I don't really do anything. I haven't posted on anything in years.
Oh, I have a blast with these people. It's sort of like the shit that they think. It's like, wait a minute. You actually think that this is possible? Okay. I said, your globe is dead. You don't have a working model. Okay. Because it doesn't work right from its inception. And then I'm right into you show me how you can have gas pressure without some kind of physical containment. If you cannot demonstrate it, you telling some Narnia story, well, it's not big enough, it's too big. You don't have proof of your postulation, do you? No, not one bit. Whereas everywhere else on Earth, that is impossible. And this is why they avoid that. They say, we'll go up a mountain. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll go up a mountain. I go up a mountain all the time. I live in the fucking mountain.
Yeah, they're all over the place.
It's like, what about it? Well, the air pressure decreases. Yeah. And? Well, it just keeps doing that till it goes to zero. And it's like, no, it does not. It does not do that at all. Okay. It can't do that.
It was like that crazy dub guy that came on here that one night and said that, oh, the clouds just float off into space.
Oh my God, I know. I'm like,
all right,
what
buddy.
are you talking about? Where was that thing I ran across? Let me see. Do I still have it up here? No.
Yeah, it's just like stick to the basic. They can't even stick to the basics. It's like water finds its level, gas pressure without containment, stuff like that. And it's just like, then they just want to come up with all these other insane, crazy theories that they got. But
yeah, they just go with this all the time saying, well, no, mass attracts mass. And if gas is a form of mass, if it has mass, then it would be attracted. No, that's your story about it.
yeah.
So demonstrable, repeatable scientific experimentation verifying that gravity has any effect on air, any effect on gas behavior.
Yeah.
If you cannot demonstrate it at all, and you have to rely on just it, and he's like, when it finally got down to it, I said, so this is all just speculation that you have. It's just conjecture. There's no proof of it other than you saying so. And there's no example of it anywhere else nowhere on Earth where is there an example of such a phenomenon. Yet you're going to claim it as a possibility without being I thought you were into science. I thought you were screaming about science. We're using science. Use the scientific method. Let's go. They won't do it.
It's always hypotheticals and stuff like that.
Oh, and then they want to go off on some other thing. Well, explain to me how. No, you made the claim, dickhead. You made the claim that you could have gas pressure without containment. Now prove it. Okay, it's not up to me to give you an alternative. You made a claim, stick by it or concede that it's impossible. That's all.
Yeah, I think they want us to do their homework for them all the time, it feels like.
Well, they want to throw the reversal of the burden of proof.
Yeah.
Okay, now the reality of it is we all get up every day. We have our whole lives. We get up every day. Some of you maybe every night. I don't know. But you stand up. Right? Vertical to the level ground. You have this thing called a vestibular system in your body that makes sure you're balanced and everything, right? And here you've observed nothing but a topographical plane. Hills, valleys, rivers, lakes, what have you, mountains. Never has anyone had a firsthand observation of the globe. Never once. And if no one had ever told them that the earth was a globe, there's nothing, no observation that would even lead you into thinking something as ridiculous as that. Nothing. I mean, at the very, well, sunset. No, at the very least, if you might come to the idea that maybe the earth is cylindrical, you might come to the idea that, hey, maybe the sun goes and lands over that way somewhere. Or maybe you're bright enough to realize that as things go away from you, they get lower into toward the horizon. You know, never in a million years would you look at a sunset and go, oh, fuck, I must be on a ball.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's what they've done. They've turned their attention to what's up in the sky, and that's what they turn their attention to what's up on the sky to supposedly determine what's down here. It's like, it don't work like that, man.
Right. It's like, you know, I looked up you look at all the other planets and they appear to be spheres. Why wouldn't we be a sphere? Why would you even, what would make you think that because you see something in the distance that you're that too? It makes zero sense unless the
whale in the distance.
Yeah, I hear you, Peppy. We'll get to you here in just a second. We're going to welcome Pepe Le Pew to the panel, and we got Cookie Monster Ryan is up here with us. How you doing, guys?
Okay. I'm doing good. What's up, man?
He's talking about some of these dipshits on the Facebook that I run across, man.
Rocking out with their moon rocks out.
So PP
I was enjoying
Q9, I'm not familiar with that name. Have you been a watcher of the show for very long?
No, I'm the French guy. I was here before.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. I was wondering if it didn't ring a bell, but I don't know. I run across so many characters. Are you in France now, or are you French Canadian or
French Canadian?
French Canadian. Okay. I would imagine around the Quebec area, Montreal.
Ontario.
Yeah, both of those cities are in Ontario.
No, it's not a city. I'm in Ontario.
I know. That's why I asked.
In the French area.
Are you around the Montreal or Toronto area? Or Quebec?
Maybe 12-hour drive.
Yeah. Okay. Nice. Because I know there's a lot of French in Montreal.
More up north. I'm completely up north.
Mm-hmm.
Where there's no satellite. No tower reception. I only use satellite for communication.
Hey, look, satellite. Dave. I'm in I'm down in down south. Look, I'm on the bottom.
Oh shit! You're in Antarctica.
Yeah, awesome. I'm down on the bottom of the earth down here. Check me out, man.
And I thought that the satellite would automatically, you know, correct and flip your thing so that it was.
I guess English not.
And not Australian. You get your aspect ratio in Australian or American, one of the two. See, that's how that goes. So, are you a globe Earth believer, or do you realize that the Earth is a level topographical plane contained within a dynamic fluid pressure system? That was for you, PP.
Me?
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's talk about it.
All right. So, do you think you live on a globe Earth, or do you think that you live on a level plane?
Yeah, I think we live on a globe Earth. I measured the circumference of the Earth, and I am an astrophotographer.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay. So, did you discover that the Earth was a globe and then found out you were right? Or were you told you were a globe and then looked for reaffirming ideas that would support it?
I did it with my own knowledge, and I measured with the shadow of the sun, and I used the 360 degree.
So
I don't know how to say it, but anyways, with my calculation, I was about 5 kilometers off.
So nobody told you ever that it was a globe. You came to this discovery on your own?
No, nobody's discovered anything by their own.
Oh, so you had to be told, and then you were told that there was...
But who told you the Earth was flat?
Nobody had to tell me that. I observe it as such.
And how did you observe it?
How do I observe it? With my eyes. I stand up and
Yeah, but you know the Earth is big, right? We see only 3 miles for the at the horizon.
Let me ask you a question. If nobody had ever told you that the Earth was a globe, and you were just living your life,
I observe it.
Wait a second.
Every celestial object is the proof we're on a globe.
How is that?
Because flat Earth, the measurement, if you measure the degree of the sun today, and I measure it today at the same time as you, the degree will match perfectly a sphere, not flat. But we can do it when it's bright in the sky.
Degree be a sphere? You're assuming a whole shitload of variables.
No, because if I measure, imagine if it's round, okay, and the sun is 35 degrees for me, and it's 25 degrees for you.
All right,
if we measure it at the same time, flat will measure something else than round. So we can do it on the small scale and do it on the reality. And I assure you, it will be the exact as a globe.
What kind of mathematics are you using for that?
Triangulation.
Triangulation. Are there any arcs in a triangle?
And you know, the Earth has flat area, right? It's not the size of Edmonton. I can show you.
All right. So back originally, I had a question for you that I was wanting you to answer.
You know, the ground here, I can level it with 6 feet to put it flat, level. You know, we have different terrain, right?
What do you use to make sure you're level?
Yeah, with a level, a small level, 6 feet.
A spirit level?
You know, 6 feet long, it's 0.000062 degree.
I know all about it.
Super short like that.
I work with levels all day long.
Me too.
I'm a carpenter.
I drive a grader and I have a level inside the grader all day long. I even have a GPS.
Let me ask
so I can drive.
Let me ask you this question. You cut me off before I could ask it and started bombing me with shit about the sun.
Yeah, with the sun, I can prove everything is on the globe.
I wasn't getting you started on it again.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. So if no one had ever told you that the Earth was a globe and you were just living your life doing things around, you know, grading things out so that they're good and level, right? Because we live on a we have topography. If you want something level to build on, you have to grade it out, or you want the water to go a certain way, you have to go like, okay, so you know all about that. Now, you're just living your life, and what would you observe that would make you go, hey, you know what? I think I live on a globe. So you're telling me that you would look at the sun and for some reason, based on the behavior of the sun, you would conclude that you lived on a globe?
You know what?
Would ever think that?
No, but since I discovered flat Earth, I started to research flat Earth, and I started to put numbers, put math, physics, science on it. Nothing works.
Well,
nothing at all.
Okay, so wait a second.
You know, the sun will never got
Are you using Euclidean geometry for these observations?
No, I use my own math.
I know.
I'm not even a math man. I don't even know physics.
Okay. So are you using perspective geometry, or are you using Euclidean two-dimensional third-person perspective geometry?
What do you mean?
Well,
by geometry, I use.
Are you doing it from the perspective of the viewer, or are you doing it from a third-person perspective in 2 dimensions?
Okay, let's say 2 dimensions for the flat.
No.
And I use triangulation calculation.
How can you use
let's say
triangulation on a sphere?
let's say the sun is 3,000 miles up, like half
I don't
of
know
the
how
floor
high it is.
says.
I
Half
don't know.
of the,
No, I'm going to stop you right there.
but half of them.
No one here has ever claimed a distance to the sun. I don't give a shit what some other Tom, Dick, or Harry had to say about it. No one here has ever claimed a distance or size of the sun. So I want you to keep that in mind.
Okay, but it's just an example. 3,000. Okay.
Oh,
Okay. Some people are right underneath, right? Like, first day of spring at the equator, they were 0 degree, right over 90 degrees, right over the sun, right under the sun,
okay.
right? And me here, I'm about 4,000 miles from the equator.
Mm-hmm.
It's just an example.
Mm-hmm.
So the people under the sun, if it's 3,000, will be at 3,000 right up. Me on an angle, if I make triangulation, I would be about 5,200 miles away from the sun.
So you're using Pythagorean's theorem. That's cool. So what did you come up with using those distances? You have your legs right there, and you have your angle. So it should
Exactly.
be elevation. If you know the hypotenuse and you know the first leg of the triangle, you should be able to figure the elevation angle, right?
Yeah, and I could figure out the elevation of the sun for me.
So, and what did you
But
come up
if
with?
I move for somebody else closer, it's not what it will on flat Earth. It will not what we see on reality. The angle will be wrong. And if I change in season,
are you? How do you know that?
Because I didn't measure it. But even if I put 3,000 miles up or 2,000 or 100 or whatever, it will only work for 1 month because the sun that change angle and the angle is off will be off for me, will be good for somebody else from what people see. You know, it's calculated everywhere in the world. You can go, there's a sun tracker and you can see everywhere in the world what's the angle of the sun at perfection.
Hang on a minute here.
Right?
I think measuring the sun is a fool's errand. But in any case, hang on.
Another thing.
I want to ask you if this is what you're talking about so we can get some graphics. It's one thing to describe something, it's another to actually see it. So let me get this straight. So here we got this right here. All right, here's the ground. Okay, I know it's not very straight and level, but it's supposed to be. All right, and then you got a little dude standing here, right? Okay, here's a little dude standing here, and you got another little dude standing here, right?
Yeah.
Here he is. Okay, and this is where the equator's at. Okay, and this is you. Okay, and the sun is right up above this guy here, right? I'm just putting it for perspective. Okay, so now you're saying that the angle you're viewing here, and if you moved closer to here.
No, not me.
I know, but the person that's sitting, it's closer, has a different angle view, and it doesn't work out for this leg right here. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Yeah. So the angle will be different. So if we check with the globe, it should be something, and if we check with the flat, it should be something. But it match the globe all the time.
So it's going
everywhere you go in the world. If you check with anybody, we do this, we do that experiment, it will match. All right, everybody as a globe.
You realize that this guy here that's closer, right here, this guy, the sun is going to appear higher in the sky to him than it does to you, right?
Exactly.
Okay. Because as something moves away from you, it gets lower in the sky, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So now you do this with Polaris as well. And they say, oh, it doesn't work out. And this, I'm going to show you exactly why. This is fucking wrong. Okay? This is wrong. This is two-dimensional Euclidean geometry. From a third-person perspective, okay? I'm looking at you looking at something. I don't look at the sun through looking at you. I look at the sun from this guy's perspective right here. I look at it from his perspective. And these angles are measured by those perspectives, not in two-dimensional Euclidean geometry, because the thing is that the sun is going to appear lower in the sky to this guy than it does to this guy right here. You can't use that kind of geometry. You have to use perspective geometry, or also what's known as hyperbolic geometry. They've just recently taught this to robots. This is how they've come up with really good robotic eyes that can measure depth perception and shit instead of just
no, but it match 100% the globe. Why would it match? And it doesn't match flat.
I don't know. What difference would it make? What it does anyways? We don't know. Listen, hold on. We don't know the height.
But you don't know, so let's switch.
Stop.
You don't know, so we just switch question.
Hold on a minute. Do you know what the sun, how big it is, how far away it is, or anything else about it other than it's a light that you see in the sky during the day?
Never mind what scientists said.
That's what I'm saying.
Let's do what I figured out and what I found. Okay.
All right. Wait. First, before you go any further, I want to ask you, what does the sun have to do with the shape of what you're standing on?
Because of the degrees.
No.
Yes. Yes.
How are you measuring degrees without a flat baseline?
Because I'm doing it here on the level on the ground. It's still flat. It's not.
Okay, so you did it.
It's not a ball instantly.
And there was somebody there under the equator, right? And they saw it up there. You figured that out. What distance did you come up with for the sun?
For a flat?
For anything. How are you going to use a triangle?
At any distance I use.
How are you going to use a triangle on a fucking ball? Triangles do not have arcs. If your baseline is an arc, you can't use a triangle.
No, I'm using degrees with.
Right.
I use a degree. Listen, I put a vertical pole. I put a vertical pole at home, and I wait for the angle is gonna show. That's how you measure the angle height, the elevation angle of the sun.
Hold on, you're using triangulation, right? Not
no, that's for flat Earth.
You're not using
that's for flat Earth only.
Dude, how do you have a triangle on a globe?
I said it's for flat Earth only in my basement.
What?
The other one, the degrees, I'm using the sun shadow.
The sun's shadow?
Yes.
The sun does not cast a shadow.
Yes, if you put a pole vertically 90 degrees up and the shadow show on it, it will show exactly the degree of the sun. Why do you think we know the elevation of the sun?
The object has a shadow.
If you do that and check the elevation of the sun, it's going to match on the shadow on the ground. It's going to be the exact same
when it's right
degree.
Over top, it doesn't show a shadow. That's exactly right. You are absolutely 100% correct.
Yeah, and me, I will always have a shadow here because the sun will never get over me.
How does that take? I know that it's not going to be over you unless you are. Well, let's see. The Tropic of Capricorn. No. Tropic.
No, I'm past. I'm on a 50 parallel.
You have to be within the tropics to be able to have the sun directly overhead. So, who was your third person observer that you used in order to tell if the elevation angle to the sun was correct or not?
Because we have apps. I have an app for that, and it's perfect for me.
God.
So if it's perfect for me, it will be perfect for everyone.
Observation at all? You use the fucking app.
Yes, but it match, and it's a sun tracker.
How do you know it matched?
When I move my phone, it shows exactly where the.
Listen to me. How do you know it matched for a person between you and the equator if you didn't have any fucking buddy there?
That's a good one there. So.
Hey, we have billions of humans on the earth. Somebody will say, no, it's wrong. So nobody said that ever.
Okay, what are you talking about?
The app. You said, well, how do you know? But the app is telling you. Why are you denying the technology?
What technology?
In the first place?
What technology?
Okay, listen. You're denying everything. The technology. Apps have technology to know everything.
Uh-huh. So is that necessarily reality?
Man.
No, it's not.
Yeah, I can give it to you and you do it. Do it yourself. I can call somebody from. There's a guy from Chicago. Let's ask him to do it too.
Wait,
I'll call somebody from France. I'll call somebody from Australia. They will all say yes. It matches.
I do it.
Stop fucking talking.
Yes, do it.
Stop
calm down, man.
Over
Calm down.
Now you do realize
I'm not stoned. If I go smoke, maybe I will calm down.
Well, you're going to have to go do something or I'm going to get rid of you, dumbass, okay? Because I'm not going to have it. I really don't like the French to begin with, okay? So don't fucking push me.
So you're a narcissist then? You hate people because they're of other language?
No, because most of the French that I've ever met are assholes like you. You're rude.
I'm not an asshole.
Yes,
you don't understand anything.
I do understand it. I'm trying to ask you a question involving it, and you won't shut your fucking dick holster up long enough to let me finish asking it.
That was an all or nothing fallacy.
Hey, go ahead.
All right. Now you realize that all three people, in order to verify that these angles are indeed correct, would have to be directly in line at the same time of day when the sun is directly over the person in the equator. You understand that, right? You don't have that.
I have 5 people right here right now at different location. Why we don't just do it all?
Are they in a straight line?
You don't need to be in a straight line. You just need to do it at the same exact time.
Yes, and you're going to get all kinds of fucking problems with parallax.
They're in a straight line.
People are looking at it from different angles, you retard.
That's right.
No, you can't. You know you can measure anything on a ball no matter what.
No, you can't. Not using
Yes, you can.
No, you can't. Show me, measure something on a fucking ball. Go ahead. Turn your camera on. Quit being a pussy.
What gets me is
I'm on my phone.
The map on the app is a global coordinate system, probably set on some kind of global coordinate system anyway. So of course you're gonna log on an app and it's gonna tell you exactly what you need to see because you want it to see that. That's what they do. They map it out with a globe coordinate system and they call it a globe.
Okay, never mind the app. Never mind the app. You guys don't trust anything from anyone.
Observation.
So
you didn't actually
let's do something else.
You didn't actually make an observation.
Never mind, you will not believe me anyways. So let's do something. I have done. Okay, what happened to the sun when it disappeared under the horizon?
It doesn't ever go under the horizon.
Never.
It can't.
What happened?
It went into the horizon.
I'm asking you guys.
It went into the horizon.
No, when it goes under the horizon, what's going on?
Or under the horizon, it goes into the horizon.
Okay, what happened? Why the sun? Does it perspective? It shrink until it goes away?
It goes away to a point where you can no longer see it.
Okay, I'll show you one experiment what I did with my drone.
I don't care. Can your drone see through? Can your drone see through thousands of miles of fucking atmospheric water? No, it can't. Nobody can.
No, I'm in the middle of a continent. We have no water here.
So, Poo-Poo, why don't you talk
No
about the ECEF, the Earth Center, Earth Fixed Coordinate System. Talk about that.
Why if I use my drone?
Yeah.
Won't talk about that, does it?
Why if I use my drone?
I wait for the sun to go under the horizon, and I go up. Because you guys say the sun is too far to see it. Well, I just go with I get altitude, and the sun comes back.
Yes, that's right. Because now you got it. You've got a wider field of view because you increased it with altitude, dipshit.
No, because you just said it's too far away. I just go up. I don't go closer to the sun.
I know that.
How would the sun come back without going closer to it?
Well, you didn't get closer to it. You just increased your field of view. You changed your perspective. That's all.
No, I didn't. I just went up.
That's changing your perspective, stupid.
No, perspective is when you go away from something, it shrinks until you don't see it anymore.
That's part of perspective.
If I get higher, the thing is not going to get bigger.
You know what the fucking word means?
Yeah, perspective is
perspective, right?
Yeah.
Referring to vision individually. Okay.
Oh my God, you guys are really, all of you are really stupid. Holy jeez.
Stupid. You're the motherfucker who don't know that increasing your altitude is changing your perspective of the object you're looking at.
I'm not changing perspective.
Yeah, then you
yes, okay, yes, but if I go higher and there's a car's too far away to see it, it's getting too small. If I get higher, you're telling me the car's going to get back the same size when it was beside me?
No, of course not.
Yeah. Well, but how come the sun gets back the same size when I get altitude?
It's not always the same size. It changes all the time, man.
No, it doesn't. I have another video I made.
Yes,
I have a time lapse. I have a time lapse of the sun here with a filter.
So do I. You want to see it? So do I. You want to see it?
No, you have no filter probably.
Huh? Let me show it to you.
I filmed the sun 24/7.
Local and close. That's why it doesn't change that much. But when it comes to the Atmos, without a filter, if it gets larger, it's because there is a medium it's traveling through. It's local. It's in a dense medium. And
okay, if it's local, how come I have? When I take the filter, I see sun spot on the sun, and I call somebody in Australia. They see the same sunspot. They would have been able to see the other side of the sun. People at the equator will see the underneath of the sun, not the same sunspot, but we all see the same sunspot all day long.
Because it's apparent. It's like an image on a piece of glass, and you see one side of it. It's it goes all the way around 360 degrees.
No, it doesn't.
Okay, well, listen to this. Are you familiar with a thing called the ECEF, the Earth-centered fixed coordinate? Okay, so trillions of dollars of satellites runs off of a system called, all of GPS runs off of a system called the Earth-centered Earth fixed coordinate system, sir. Okay, science explains, math describes. Okay, in the scientific explanation, all right.
There's no scientific explanation on flat Earth, so don't talk about scientific.
Hold on 1 second. This is y'all's coordinate system. This is trillions of dollars of satellites. They call it the Earth-centered, Earth-fixed coordinate system. And you can't say, oh, it's easier to look at it that way because the math describes that the Earth does not move and the sky spins over it. Bottom line, welcome to flat Earth.
There's no flat Earth.
What is it? You're afraid to lead to the Bible?
Let's do this then. My observations indicate that I live on a flat, level plane, okay, with topography. That's what my observations. My observations are of level water, flat, a flat horizon line. Your claim, the positive claim, is that of a globe.
Yeah, the sun doesn't change angular size ever.
that we're going to have
Yes, it
etiquette.
does.
No, it doesn't.
Okay, well,
Look at that.
that's your opinion.
No, I filmed it. I filmed it. I did.
What you filmed. I've seen it myself, and it changes.
I did
size
time lapse. I did stuff.
Even throughout the year, it changes.
Yeah,
size.
all the year long. The sun always the same size. It changed tiny bit, because it gets further away a bit.
Because it's already far away from you. Now,
you know.
Okay, here's your challenge. I've had to mute you because you can't shut your stupid fucking French mouth. Okay, this is why everybody's always whipping your asses. It's because you can't shut your fucking mouths. Okay? So,
I did.
Your hypothesis, this globe that you believe in, incorporates.
I don't believe. I know it is.
All right. Well, it incorporates physical impossibilities that you need to rectify.
Where's your claim? Where's your data for that?
Okay. There is no gas pressure without containment. Physical containment is necessary to have pressure of gas. Until you can prove otherwise through using the scientific method and demonstrable, repeatable scientific experimentation, this remains a fundamental fact of thermodynamics. Okay, so do you have a demonstration, or can you cite an experiment that would allow a pressure volume of gas to exist without physical containment?
Yes.
Okay, good. Let's see it, or cite it, or tell me whatever. Where's it at?
What happened to the carbon monoxide? There's no containment.
No. You proving your claim does not require
no.
you asking me questions.
If there's a gas leak in the house here, how come the gas will stay in the basement? There's no containment. The gas is going to stay in the basement. I will be safe upstairs.
The basement is a form of containment, but it's not absolute containment.
Okay, outside then.
Okay. Because it disperses into the rest of the atmosphere. Listen, you proving your hypothesis or your postulation does not require asking me a single question. You have a claim that incorporates gas pressure.
I don't have a claim. You asked the question.
Yes,
I don't know. I'm not a scientist.
Well, then how could you possibly have the air that we breathe without physical containment?
Gravity. What do you guys don't understand that?
Oh, wait. Do you have any demonstrable proof through scientific experimentation that gravity has any effect?
There's a billion of it online.
Okay, show me one.
I sent one to you already.
No, you did not send anything. See, you people
are
on
Facebook.
You people are dishonest liars.
I'm on my phone. I cannot go search.
That sounds like a you problem. So can you cite the experiment and tell me what experiment verifies that gravity has any effect on gas behavior?
No, you guys don't understand anything. You just babbling words.
So, 2,700 miles away with thermal imaging through the atmosphere, we see a horizon. Impossible on the globe. 2,700 miles away.
Who said that it's impossible?
No, that's actual photography, dude. We got what they call quantum physics now, right? We can use their own weaponry to disprove their lie, right? 2,700 miles away with thermal imaging.
Look at that. That's the sun. Morning, afternoon, and night with a grill to scale it. I cannot tempered with zooming.
Looks small in that one. Don't look exactly.
No, you need to count the grill on it. I don't know how to put it on the screen and you can see bigger.
That's not proof of gas pressure without containment.
No, that's the sun. I don't care about the fucking. Okay. I said I'm not a scientist. Let's talk about
it. Hold on a second there, buddy. You better care about it because we're going after your son next.
You guys are not scientists either. So why you guys just talk about things we can look every day?
Wait, no, we're talking about using actual science to back up your claim.
There's no science with flat Earth. Stop that.
Wait a second. You got that wrong.
Yeah,
Because I'm using science right now.
Show me a book with
claim.
science and flat Earth written in it.
What are you talking about?
All plane survey treats the Earth as if it's stationary and flat up to 100 miles. There's a problem in that. It's in all of the survey manuals. Sorry, they assume a horizontal.
I have the
level
survey manuals here. I read it completely. I work with a civil engineer.
Plane survey, yeah, plane
You're
survey.
a liar. You know what? I don't think
I drive a grader with a GPS in it. I have no choice.
Yeah, and it runs off of the Earth-centered, Earth-fixed coordinate system.
Yep.
Earth-centered. They say it in the abstract that it ignores the inertial forces of the sun. You can't ignore inertial forces. I mean, no, it says neglect. You neglect a dog. You ignore forces. I'm sorry, it says neglect. So it's an Earth-centered, Earth-fixed coordinate system. Trillions of dollars of satellites runs off of it. Okay? The ones that aren't connected to balloons, if there's any in the ether. But that's what it's called. An inertial frame that is horizontal and the sky spins above it, brother.
Sure. It's the first time I heard that in my life.
Called the ECEF, Earth-centered, Earth-fixed coordinate system. Okay.
Yep.
Sure.
yeah,
That's why everybody use GPS.
What's that again?
The geographic positioning system that has meridian corrections automatically built in for coordinates below the equator. Oh,
How do you think? How do you think my GPS work here?
They do have corrections up to 180 degrees when they go to the south.
Sure enough.
How do you think my GPS work here?
We just told you.
It's on a coordinate system that's calculated on a globe spherical coordinate system. Of course, they're going to put their math there. And
You just said globe. Thanks for confirming the globe.
Wow, what a child. What a child.
No, you guys are child.
We're talking about.
You just babbling. I just show you that the sun doesn't change angular size. You said yes. No, it doesn't.
You showed me some random fucking pictures of something on a phone or some shit. That's
no, I'll show you a video that I made, a time lapse.
I want to show you something. Hey,
I'll tell the sun.
All right, listen, pew pew.
Set.
Just a second. I'm going to show you something. I'm going to show you something. All right.
You have nothing.
Oh, I do. Okay, do you
Look,
see
that's
this?
the sun until it goes.
Do you see this little disc that I'm showing you?
Because it is close, man. The reason why it doesn't change in its size is because it's local, dude.
I'm going to show you why it doesn't change.
No, it's the opposite.
Hey, Pew Pew, are you interested in actually learning something, or are you just a moron? Anyway, I'm going to show you something. This is really interesting. I have to turn. I'm going to turn off.
He dropped.
What?
Yep, he dropped.
So
bombing him. We were bombing him, brother. Flat smacking the shit out of him.
Oh, here he is back. All right, check this out, PP. You see this little object? I'm going to put me full screen. Okay, I'm going to put me full screen here for a minute. Now, you see this object I'm holding right now? Okay. Now, as I move it closer to the camera, I'm going to extend my arm. Then I'm going to bend it back towards 90 degrees. You saw a huge change in size, didn't you? Didn't you? Okay. Now, what I have to do here real quick, because otherwise my green screen will fuck it all up. I'm going to turn this off. Okay. Now we see I'm going to do it again. I got it. My arm is about 90 degrees up, and then I move it toward the camera, extending out to level. Okay. And I'm bringing it back to me. See how it changed a whole bunch? Now watch this. Okay. 90 degrees up, coming toward you. How much change did you see in the angular size of this thing at this distance? Not nearly what we saw when I was up here close to the camera. So the point is, when something's already a certain distance from you and you only see it for a short period of its time during its entire travels, you're not going to see as much of what we are talking of, the angular size change. It's that simple. There's no magic in it. It doesn't mean that there's a big ball of fire, which is another fucking problem for you guys. Okay. It's another fucking problem for you guys because your claim is that it's a huge ball of hydrogen and helium that for some reason, against the very nature of gas behavior, decided to, instead of have elastic collisions, just go, hey, let's join together and then we can have some gravity. That is one of the dumbest shit things I've ever heard in my life. Show me anywhere where a ball of fucking gas is ever going to congeal together without some kind of physical containment. I mean, that's just dumb. And you believe that. That's what you believe.
No, you believe of a dome. Where's the dome?
Well,
I can.
Wait a second. I never said a fucking dome, did I? I said physical containment. You said
you need something to physical hold something.
That's right. You do need something physical.
Okay,
That's absolutely right.
A dome, a box, a square.
I don't. It's obviously above you.
Okay, let's call it a dome.
Okay, call it whatever. It's a physical containment.
Okay, and the stars, are they inside?
I would imagine they appear to be.
Okay. Okay, and you're saying the stars. How come I can see the stars in the back of the sun, but I cannot see the sun at night?
What?
If the sun is in front of the stars?
The reason you can't see the stars when the sun is out is because the sun is bright. And
the opposite.
It's much brighter.
I see the stars further than the sun.
How do you
I still see them at night, but I can't see the sun.
How do you know the distance to any of those things?
Because they're behind the sun.
How do you know they're behind the sun if the sun's in the way? How do you?
Because I look at the sun with the filter. I never saw a star passing in front.
Yeah.
So that means they're in front of the stars.
So what? And your point is what?
It's in front of the stars. Thanks for playing.
Well, it says in the Bible that he'd already created the firmament and the stars.
The Bible. Don't talk religious. Oh my God.
No, I'm referring to something. And listen to me, you little French piece of shit. This is my show, okay? And I will talk about.
Yeah, and you guys all retarded. You guys all still in your mom's basement and don't work. You guys are a bunch of retards. And you can block me. I don't care. You guys are losers.
Why would I block you? You're showing.
Because you guys are losers.
You are showing.
Eventually, you're going to come to the end.
You guys are losers.
Listen to me. You are showing. You are showing everyone who watches this video, and it will be up close.
I don't fucking care
how stupid Globers actually are.
Nobody's stupid.
Globers actually are.
Why 100% of scientists, doctors, everybody are globe believers.
Can I see your sample? Can I see your sample data for this poll that you've obviously got percentages of?
Yeah.
Or are you just making that shit up?
What percentage of what data?
You're just making shit up.
What making shit up?
This is great because this shows everyone
about
how
what
fucking retarded Globers are, how childish they are, how unable to use deductive reasoning they are, how they're not able to extrapolate thought.
No, you're just babbling. You said the sun it doesn't change size.
So this isn't about the
get
earth,
smaller
this is about
at
the Bible and God. That's what this is going down to. As he drinks his beer, and he wants to slander flat earthers. This goes because it's a unified expression. This leads back to creation in Genesis 1 and the Bible. I'm sorry,
don't talk the Bible. Bible is bullshit.
Hold on. I didn't interrupt you, dude. This has to do with God, dude.
How do you know?
When you come to the end of self, when you come to the end of self, and you get that conviction comes over you, and that choice is to be made, and you make the right one. All this will be revealed, dude, but you're rebelling against it. What it leads to, you don't want to accept is what it comes down to, brother.
No, because I measured and I can see it's definitely. Okay, one other thing.
Has nothing to do with the
measure. How did you measure?
Has nothing
what did you measure?
How can I follow the sun with
there you go, talking about the fucking sun. The sun is not the earth, stupid. Lights in the sky.
I have an equatorial mount. I have an equatorial mount on my telescope.
So what?
I
Dude, we
follow
see
the
too
sun
far.
with one axe.
You follow it merely because you've got it
See too
timed to
far.
go in the same direction, in the same.
I have one
It's
axis
not tracking
only.
the sun like a
On
fucking
flat Earth, it will
computer.
be impossible. My fucking telescope will not be able to follow it.
Obviously, it does.
It does with one axe. Yes, that's because we're on the globe.
No,
Okay,
it's
well, here's the
not.
big question, Sav. Here's the big question. According to relativity, is there two models?
Huh?
According to relativity, relative motion, is there two models?
I don't understand the question. Sorry.
Okay, so we don't even need to be talking.
No. Listen here, because he
Straight
got
up.
really bent and triggered, and when you mentioned the Bible, and that's very, very interesting. I was merely pointing out that according to Genesis, it describes that the firmament was first, of course, right? And he
Yeah,
placed
and
the
also in the
stars.
Bible it says
Shut the
birds
fuck
flying.
up while I'm
Birds
talking,
are.
you French piece of shit. Jesus Christ. And then he put the stars were in the firmament before he created the sun and the moon. Okay, so there's that aspect of it. Now, the thing I'm asking you, Peppy, is where in the fuck are you getting this idea of distances of these objects or even what they are? Astronomy is not science. You understand that, right? There's nothing scientific about it. All you do, as per its name, counting stars. You
I love Saturn. Oh no, you guys.
Sky, and you tell stories just like man has done for thousands of years.
Exactly.
You guys are stupid.
That's really, that's really lame, dude. That you're being like this, you know.
Have you noticed? This is really crazy too. I was talking to my wife about this today. I says I've noticed that like within the last 5 years, the mental maturity level of people has dropped to a childlike state. I mean, even the leaders, these supposed leaders of countries and shit are acting like little fucking grade school kids.
Yes.
And Peppy comes on here and does the, you guys are stupid. You know, can't reconcile not one of the physical impossibilities incorporated into his stupid working model that doesn't work. And as I'm trying to point out how it doesn't work, as per their claims, there's no such things as balls of gas in a fucking vacuum. There's no such thing as air pressure without fucking containment. I mean, what in the hell, you know?
Yep.
Wow. But here, this was interesting. I ran across this today. This is, who did this fucking video? I'll look here in a minute. Hang on.
All's well, ends well.
I want to start out with a birthday wish. Did you guys know it's somebody's birthday today? It is Satan's birthday. So happy birthday to Satan. I didn't really like him to start, to be honest with you. I thought he was kind of dirtball, but then he grew on me over time and I started to appreciate what he was trying to do. And I kind of became friends with him.
Anton LaVey, the scary looking guy, the founder of the Church of Satan, had some final words. You won't believe this.
This is crazy. Hold on. I'm sitting here thinking, what the fuck? Who goes on a YouTube channel, especially with flat earth, and starts saying stupid shit like that? You know, even if you did believe that, you would lose so many subscribers. But here's what got me about the Jaren cult. You didn't see his subscriber count go down, even after a lot of people said, fuck him, I unsubscribed, right?
Right.
You know why? It's because most of those fucking subscribers are fucking bought.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Oh, that would be dishonest. Yeah, no shit. The guy's already exposed himself as dishonest. Fucking lying piece of shit.
Was on his deathbed, and for a Satanist at the time of death, it's a great victory for them because death is a huge thing that they celebrate. And he was getting ready to die and pass on his powers and that. And on his deathbed, he must have got some revelation or an angelic appearance or something. And he went into shock and he said, "Oh my, Oh my, what have I done? He said, there's something very wrong. There's something very wrong. There's something very wrong.
Wow.
And his whole life had been spent organizations for Satanism. And then at the end of his life, he gets this light that comes to him.
Revelation.
And everything that he built, he realized was wrong.
The Bible says every knee will bow and every tongue will confess that Jesus is Lord, even Anton LaVey.
Dude, that was awesome.
That's crazy, isn't it?
Whoa.
Yeah. Make you wonder, right? And that guy, he was the founder of the Satanic Church, you know? So make you wonder, man. It's like, yeah, you know, I think there's more to this than what people try to get you to understand. What's going on, Jillian? Who got his channel? Oh, yeah. Fuck stick. Who cares? You know? Who cares? You know, that's what I'm looking at. It's like, supposedly I'm waiting for my plaque, man. I want my dirtball of the week fucking plaque. And wait till I give him his sack of shit trophy. Because then Lava would send him an actual sack of shit, you know?
Man, don't do that. He called
I
his
needed
shit poop.
this tonight, so thank you, my brother.
Oh, man. I guess Flatzoid had seen these videos or whatever of him, and it's him with a sex toy that looks like a child's torso doing it with it.
Say what?
Yeah, man. I ain't seen it. I don't want to see it.
Yep, that's right.
But yeah, supposedly he was making it with a fucking sex toy doll or something that looked like a child's torso or some shit like that. I don't know.
Like somebody else did that too, like as a spoof of
No, it was actually him.
I know, but like somebody made that.
No. I mean, that's actually the video that got out there of him, and I think Flatzoid has a copy of it.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. So it makes you wonder maybe what else there would be to maybe blackmail this motherfucker with. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, the Jesuit thing, that's got to make you hinky in the first goddamn place, you know?
Yep.
Isn't that Jesuit oath say that they'll just do just about anything for this fucking
That
cause?
is correct. Yep. It's eerie,
Smash
bro.
heads and all kinds of shit.
It's some eerie shit behind that oath.
Yeah, man. I don't know about these guys, man.
Yeah, and all the back and forth amongst each other just feels like manufactured drama to like try and pump up their views and stuff like that. It doesn't feel real at all.
It is. And that drunk debunk guy, I guess he had a birthday stream last night.
Oh boy.
And I looked, and he had a total boner because we watched the video he made. And I was like, oh my God, what a clout chaser. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what he is. Yeah,
I emailed him, I invited him. I said, hey, come on the show, man. I ain't heard nothing back from him. He knows I'll make him look dumber than he already did. I mean, the whole thing was stupid as shit because it was like, where was I actually? Everything I said, I still stand by. That he clipped out, but he just thought he was going to make it look bad by saying stuff about it before and acting like he can't read.
Yeah.
You know, how long can that stick go on? You know, it's like, oh my God, is this guy going to do the whole thing like he can't read?
He did.
All right.
Get to the funny part. Get to the roasting part. You know, that's what I'm wondering. But you know, the thing is these people are fucking insane.
Sure.
I'm serious.
Yeah.
What was this one? We ran across this the other day here. I'm gonna pull it up here real quick as soon as my computer finds it. Here it goes. There we go. And I'm gonna pause it real quick so I can bring it up on the thingy. We showed this the other night, and this is fucking crazy with this guy. Let's see, go over here. This one, there it is. Watch this guy.
I am struggling extremely with mental health issues, and I am trying to do that whilst being FTFE. And unfortunately, talking to flat earthers is It's quite painful. All right, Craig.
Do that.
and then Tune, that dude's about a wackadoodle and a half, man. He's got all these I don't know what it's supposed to mean, top left awards, and he had that drunk debunk guy make a bunch of it, like one for Flatzoid and one for me and all these other ones and shit. And I'm like, wow, are you obsessed much? You know? What's going on? You must be losing some support or something. You're really trying to drum up the drama. What, you getting tired of being called a fat fucking liar? You know, are you tired of hearing that? Are you sick of having people laugh at you and shit?
Yep.
It looks like the joke's on you, Tune.
Now you see why they all hang out together.
Yeah.
Ass attracts ass. But yeah, pretty much it's like now you see why all them goofballs are like in a little circle together.
The little devil medley.
Yeah.
Weird. Just
so here's something crazy, man. For 20 years or more, probably about 20 years, maybe 25 years, I've been telling people, probably 20 years. I already knew that the mustache man, Adolf Hitler, escaped from Germany and went to Argentina. I already knew this shit. I told people this. And they said, no, you're crazy. You're a conspiracy theorist, blah, blah, blah. Once again, boom, Saab was right. Saab was right. You know, and it was like, and this was back, I was getting videos and shit and information off of bulletin boards and stuff. You know, this is before internet.
Right.
I'm talking about going on these bulletin boards using a dial-up modem. You had to dial a different phone number for each website, so to speak.
Old school.
Yeah. And there was some pretty fucking heavy duty shit on some of these things. So I knew a lot of this stuff, man, for like 20 years. And then this came up in the news. I was like, I told you, motherfuckers.
I think this is all, like all these things that are coming out now with like the pyramid thing and all these quote unquote conspiracies that are kind of coming to light. I think they're muddying the waters on purpose. Like they want everything to be a conspiracy so that, you know, that if we point something out, if you call everything a conspiracy, nothing is a conspiracy. It's like everybody that says everybody's a racist. It's like if you call everybody a racist, it doesn't mean anything.
It starts becoming like, you know, hearing the same sound over and over and over. It doesn't have any meaning to it anymore.
Yeah, so I think they're just muddying the waters, putting out all this information that we've been talking about for years so that everybody, like the common person that doesn't really pay any attention, just starts calling things conspiracies. And it's like they start looking into things like, I don't know if I can believe that. You know, you got
like a law reversal tactic, just like go overboard with all topics. Yeah, that's a good point. I see that in a lot of stuff. And then they like poison the well with this AI generated artwork with pieces that look so compelling. And the average folk, though, you know, just doesn't know any better.
Yeah, it's all by design, really. They're just trying to confuse everybody, or at least confuse people that, you know, don't really pay that much attention to it.
Yep.
OA says everything's anti-Semitic. I know. It's got to the point now where it's like, you know, shut up.
Yeah.
I'm tired of hearing about it. Fuck you.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
Yeah, that's all the
I think we reached that point though. When you think
this came out, there's Roger showed up. What's happening, Rod? But yeah, this just came up on Redacted did a thing about this here. And these guys, I like just this is about as mainstream as I get with news at all. I'll watch these people right here, but I already know what they're about.
Yeah, they're a little fishy.
Yeah. I mean, well, this woman, okay,
she's working on
Natalie. He was having an affair with her when he worked at Fox.
Yeah.
Okay. He was married to another woman. And then something about real estate or some other kind of legal troubles put him over in Australia. And I don't know if they're still there or not.
I think they're in Portugal. Like they ran some real estate scam. Well, so the story goes. I don't know. I'm not.
Yeah, I don't
making
know
any
exactly.
claims, but
Allegedly.
ran some real estate scam, and then they fled to Portugal. And
wow.
Well, let's see. This is about the Hitler, and I'll tell you what, and I fully believe this for the longest time too, that Angela Merkel is actually Hitler's daughter.
Okay.
Because I don't now from the information, I don't know what they have here, but the information I had was that he died, I think, in 1965.
Wow.
So I don't know. Let this go for a minute because I got
redacted.
People know this story and who have studied the subject know that Adolf Hitler didn't kill himself in a bunker in Berlin as the Red Army closed in. I think we all know that was a fabricated story, or if you watch the show, you probably understand that. Hitler actually fled Germany weeks before that using a group of underground tunnels that led to an airstrip. And that airstrip was flown. He was flown from Berlin out. It took submarines, or multiple submarines that were used, U-boats that were then sent to Argentina. In other words, Hitler lived for nearly 2 decades more in Argentina, along with vast numbers of the Third Reich. Well, now Argentinian President Javier Milei has just ordered the release of all remaining documents on all of those Nazis who fled Germany and moved to Argentina after World War II. Basically, it was almost like a second base of operations in Argentina. If you're not familiar with that, like basically the Third Reich operated out of Argentina and Germany. And many of them, including Adolf Hitler, lived in Argentina well after 1945. Most people know that Hitler lived out his days in Bariloche, Argentina, until he died there in the mid-1960s. Yes, you can read the CIA documents about this. The FBI documents also about sightings of Hitler in this area. They knew about it. Of course they knew about it. It was largely facilitated, I think it's safe to say, by the United States and its allies. Operation Paperclip, anybody? Quid pro quo?
Also, if you look into this, the skull that is held in Russia that was supposedly the remains of Adolf Hitler with a bullet wound in it is female.
Yeah.
Notice they didn't say much about Paperclip.
You're muted, Soft. Sorry, Porter.
I was going to say something about that it was a female skull that the Soviets had, claiming that it was Hitler.
And notice how they just jumped past Paperclip, and she interrupted him kind of. Notice that, like, to throw a little truth out there so you could really watch more of their content kind of deal. You know what I'm saying? If you're a truther, he didn't mention what Paperclip was. That's what he should get into and break it down. That would be amazing.
Yeah, man.
So when you look for proof that Hitler did, in fact, kill himself in the bunker, you are going to find a lot of dead ends.
Yeah. And all you need to read, you can read a great book on this called The Gray Wolf. It's a great book. There's many books written about this now. But yeah, the skull, the fragments, they ran the DNA tests on it. And the Soviets allowed them to do this testing. And even Stalin openly talked about that Hitler lived, that he was not there. So Stalin even knew about it. It's widely known in Argentina, by the way. Well known that Hitler sired 2 children while he lived in Argentina.
Was one happened to be a girl? Did it happen to be named Angela?
Yeah, I already knew that because Tom Cruise failed when he tried to kill Hitler. I mean, we all knew he fled out.
Yeah, but didn't Brad Pitt succeed?
Good point.
Oh, this was savage. This is the meanest thing to do. Watch what this guy does. This is crazy as hell.
Yo, y'all are like the prettiest girls I've seen out here tonight. Like 4 of y'all should be models for sure.
Which one?
Yep. Y'all can figure that out, but. Civil War, those bitches. Yo,
he says there's 5 of them there, and he says 4 of y'all could be models. He says, and it's which 4? He says, I'll let y'all figure that out, and walks away. I was like, no shit. My wife saw that, and she was like, oh, he started a war. There you go. Here's where we're headed.
They, she.
Whoa.
Identify as. I'm a lesbian.
They, she. They, he, non-binary, trans, mask.
Bisexual.
Good grief.
I'm just trans. I'm a gay male pup. Yeah.
Gay male pup.
Yeah.
Transgender, he, him.
I'm cis, she, her.
Probably non-binary, yeah, would be the best.
What about you? Bi?
A lesbian. Bye-bye.
I like frogs, not people. I'm sorry? I like frogs, not people.
A lot of this is just standard narcissism.
Yes.
Especially you listen to these, why is this so common among celebrities now? All the celebrities have trans kids and they're coming out as non-binary and whatever else. And then you listen to them like Demi Lovato or whoever, and you listen to them explain why they're they, them. It's always, well, I don't identify with these labels. I'm beyond that. I'm above that. It's like these labels were good enough for billions of humans before you, but it's not good enough for you. You can't find yourself there. But
Identify as.
I have to agree. It's like, what in the hell is going on? I don't know. Is it the chemtrails making all these? I mean, we didn't have
chemtrails, fluoride.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't have a bunch of homos and
yeah, I was about to say the same thing.
People being pups and shit like that in my school.
No, well, I'm only 45, but I don't remember once. I remember drag queens, but I don't. And that was all just a joke. It's just dudes dressing up, but I don't remember like transsexuals and all, or whatever the hell you want to call them. But
yeah, and usually the drag queens, the people that did drag, they were just dudes that did that for an entertainment. They would go up like Liza Minnelli or one of the others. And
right, it was a joke.
Yeah, but it's still a little bit bizarre.
They weren't meant to be taken seriously, and I'm surely not going to do it now.
Yeah. Oh God, no. You remember? Did you ever see an old movie called Bachelor Party?
Oh yeah. With Tom Hanks, I think.
You remember that dude, that little Weasley dude that was with him? He was the one that could get the tickets and all that stuff, Yeah. And, he fell in love with that one girl there, and he ended up, and then after having sex with her all night, and she comes into the bathroom and hikes up her skirt and starts pissing in the toilet because it's a man. And he starts getting all nasty. He goes in the shower and starts trying to wash himself all off and shit.
It's like going to Thailand and finding a lady boy. Like, oh boy.
I'd say about 70% of the broads down in Bangkok are actually dudes. Man.
That's wild.
Apparently named town.
Who wants to do that though?
That's just wild, man. That was Matt Walsh, Sav, and
has there been any more follow up to that earthquake stuff? No. I haven't really.
I've seen nothing more about it. Nothing more about it.
I didn't know if you came across Luke or anything again, if he had talked about it on Flatzlight or something, but
no. Oh, this is a good one too. Listen right here. You know about that old Coriolis effect, right? And snipers, they gotta calculate that in there, or they're gonna miss the shot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, bullshit. Listen, here's a sniper.
All right, so I'm here with Mike, who's a former sniper with the military at our Flat Earth meetup at Gather Greenville. And Mike's going to tell us a few things about whether or not they actually account for curvature or the Coriolis effect when they're actually performing their sniper duties. So I'm going to turn it around to Mike and let him talk with you. This is Mike, everybody. You can see he's a legit sniper. So, Mike, do you guys account for the Coriolis effect?
Never.
Never at all. What do you account for?
Windage, size of target, distance to target, temperature, ambient temperature, elevation of target from shooter. Never Coriolis.
Do you account for curvature of the Earth at all?
Absolutely not, 100%.
But you do account for the parabolic arc of the bullet, correct?
That's correct. Bullet drop.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah.
So everybody can hear from the mouth of a U.S. sniper that they do not account for this Coriolis effect. So that argument can no longer be used. If you continue to use that argument, then you're doing so falsely. Mike, thanks for being here. We appreciate your service, and we appreciate you telling us the truth about whether you account for the Coriolis effect.
Wow. That's awesome.
There you go, babe.
Basics of shooting.
Yeah, right. And that's what I've said on here before, several times. Somebody bring that up, and I'm like, no, you only windage, elevation, ambient temperature at some of those longer distances. And why? Because of the refractive index.
Right.
When it's hotter, you're going to get more refraction. It's yeah, I mean, I don't know whoever made that dumb shit up. It's probably somebody like Toon. They love making up shit.
Hey, so they got a short. They got a short on YouTube right now, where this guy is like, I think maybe 1,000 yards away, and he's got a camera that's showing him shoot the target. So the camera's on the target. Did you see how that bullet? It has this refractive built of noble gas. It's pressure, and it blurs the image as it comes towards the target, dude. There's a radius of like blurred.
Sure, like, that's from the heat.
Yeah,
from the heat. The expanding gases.
Yes, just wanted to bring that out. It's pretty awesome. Yep. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on too, but it's not allowing for any kind of Coriolis. No. Anyway.
Oh yeah, this Candace Owens, her she says Trump wants war on Gaza.
Oh, the Miss Rothschild.
Yeah. Wilson, what's up, brother?
Yes, brother. 1 minute. I'm just having a bit of a bad year. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, dude?
Yeah, man, we got you. What's up, bro?
Yeah. How's everybody?
Good.
Hanging in there, doing it, man.
So I'll just mute my telly. Right. Hey, I finally made it in here. Yeah, 'cause it's like it's 4 o'clock in the morning here.
Oh my word.
Going strong.
That's going on 11 right now. I'm going to go about another half hour, and then I got to hit the sack myself. Didn't have a real hard day. Just had to frame it or put some trim around and put access panels in for the place we were finishing up. Then we cleaned up around the place, and hell, we were done by lunchtime. It was good. So tomorrow, though, it's going back to that guy. He's going to stack a bunch of shit in my way right off the bat every time. I swear to God. I go set up my shit to cut.
Yeah.
Thing I know, he's got garbage cans and all kinds of fucking shit in my way. And I'm like, what the fuck did you put this here for?
Right.
Well, so you could throw your scrap in it. Dude, have you watched me work? My scrap is always picked up, okay? All my scrap's always picked up. I have the cleanest cutting area you've ever seen.
Hey, man. That's right.
Probably just entertaining himself. He wants to see how much
you ever step on a little piece of 2x4 block and almost break your damn ankle? You learn to keep that shit picked up. That's for real.
Oh, yeah, you're hobbling around forever then.
Oh my God, no!
And it plays, man. Whenever you do it again, your ankle's like resilient to it to a point, and then you do it again. You think, that's it. Now it's not good. But anyway,
the best way you feel your ankle.
I got down to the P1000 today. Absolutely buzzing.
Right
what
on.
happened now?
I got my hands on a P1000.
Oh, nice. What'd you get?
I'm telling you, I'm in the game now. I'm in the game.
Did you get it second hand or did you buy it?
It's second hand, yeah. And the guy who sold it to me, he's after a P1100. Is he a P1100 coming out? Because I have not had a look at this.
I think so.
He sold it for 500 pounds. I know it's 1,000 easy.
Partnered up with fucking NASA and discontinued the P1000. That pissed me off. I was like,
Nikon got a slap off NASA, didn't they?
Yeah, I mean, this is the whole thing, man.
NASA went like that. Right, Nikon, over here now. You lot are taking the piss.
So I was getting ready. I got to show this thing here. Candace Owens, she's not holding back. She's not holding back. This thing, people are noticing what's going on. Listen to this shit.
Would Palestinians have the right to return to Gaza if they left while the rebuilding was happening?
It would be my hope that we could do something really nice, really good, where they wouldn't want to return. The U.S. will take over the Gaza Strip, and we will do a job with it, too. Just can't go back. If you go back, It's going to end up the same way it has for 100 years.
We have at long last arrived to the period where after a year of gaslighting us and telling us that wasn't happening, like everyone just smearing us in the media, calling everybody anti-Semitic who noticed that an ethnic cleansing was taking place, we're just now getting to the point which is an ethnic cleansing is going to take place. We're going to just move millions of bodies. And now we're going to try to emotionally engineer the public to think that it's acceptable by saying, well, there's nothing left. Our bombs bombed it all. Why would they want to go back there? There's nothing left. And so one of the other favored lies about me in the media is that I agree with everything Trump says and he does. And I could not disagree more with this. I could not have been more vocal in my lack of support for any person who, whether left or right, who claims to be a good and a compassionate person who is okay with what is happening and what they are saying they're going to do, all statements which are on record before October 7th even happened. And in terms of Trump talking about the real estate of the property, saying they have to go, and Jared Kushner was on tape speaking about how much worth the property could be.
I'm not sure there's much left of Gaza at this point. I mean, Gaza's waterfront property. It could be very valuable to, if people would focus on kind of building up. It's a little bit of an unfortunate situation there, but I think from Israel's perspective, I would do my best to move the people out and then clean it up.
And now they're saying that the UK should take these people. And this just puts us on that circle. You know, it really is just, it's loony. You have the people in the UK and other countries going, I don't recognize my country. Why don't I recognize my country? Why is this country becoming majority Muslim population? And they don't want to connect the dots and say, well, you know, which country is not becoming majority population, just seems to be expanding its borders all the time? Israel. And we keep fighting their wars or funding their wars. We haven't stopped doing that. So as they become more ethnocentric, as they keep getting more land, as they keep having strict rules about who is allowed to commute there, our countries are looking very different. For those of you who can't even imagine, just take a second to pause and think about the fact that for 2 years, these people have been walking on foot, children crying. Find it. It's online. Go look at it. Bleeding, kids being shot in the head. Okay, they're saying 20,000. We know it's now more because of the number that they're giving us in terms of saying how many people have to be moved. I will not support it because I am a Christian and I am not one that can be maneuvered by money. And I hope that for those of you who are new to my channel, you recognize that was the ultimate takeaway from everything that was written about me last year, is that I will never bend the knee to evil.
By evil, she means Israel.
Yeah, I mean, look, and the way Kushner said that, it's a bit of an unfortunate situation. It's like, unfortunate? You're wholesale killing these people, man.
You can obviously tell they've already got resort splattered all over their minds. This is a resort now, get them out.
Yeah, they just want to get the little blue people
it's
off.
unbelievable, man. It's unbelievable. Blatant, though, isn't it? It's blatant. If you can't see it, then you're not here.
I was going to bring it up about the whole Egypt pyramid things too. I think that was all distraction because they're trying to strong arm Egypt into taking some of those refugees or whatever you want to call them, survivors at this point, but into taking them. And they're, Trump was kind of strong, or America's trying to strong arm Egypt, saying, we'll take back your aid and all this and that. And it's like, yeah, man. I mean, the whole thing with them, Israel going all over the place, but yet at the same time they cry that Russia's the ones that are trying to go and
my opinion is it was a false flag that October 7th. They were the perpetrators. And Hamas got blamed for it, whoever it is. They got blamed for it because you can blame them because Palestine haven't really got a voice because everyone's listening to Israel, bending over for Israel. Anything that comes out of Palestine is either lies or not worth listening to.
Hamas was created by Israel, all right? And what they do is they use it to pull off false flags, all right? So they'll fire a couple rockets into Israel, and Israel has no problem killing a few of their own people whatsoever. We've heard of the Samson option, right? So what's that other one? The Hannibal option, right? And so they don't have no problem killing a few of their people, and it helps generate sympathies of the people to go ahead and go along with, we got to do something about those dirty Palestinians and shit.
That's right.
And so they go in there and then they go wholesale on them. They destroy an area, they claim the land, then they start building settlements in there so that more Jews can come in there and start living. It's one of the most apartheid states ever. And here we are, the United States. We had a problem with South African apartheid, but we have no problem with Israel.
Right.
You think that has maybe something to do with the amount of monetary influence and blackmail that Israel has on our leading politicians? And of course, that's the only ones that get into office are the ones that are easily blackmailed, because then they're the most compliable puppet.
That's right.
And they've been clamoring for war against Iran, which I think is the bigger picture too, on top of it. And and then RFK, people have been asking why he's been getting closer to people like that Rabbi Shmuley and stuff, and all of it, instead of taking care of this whole, the whole Maha movement, instead of taking care of the stuff here in America.
You know what that was though, Bear?
Go ahead.
That public appearance. That's almost like the Witsit thing when that guy came over and he did a video with that Jewish dude. Okay, he may be against, they say, but they lie. They're sworn to secrecy. That was probably a publication of recognition that he's about to submit. That's probably what that was.
Who are you talking about? Sorry.
That JFK. That picture.
RFK, you mean?
RFK. Yeah. The picture with that dude.
Yeah,
that's what that was. Like, he's done, bro. It's over with. That's what that is. I would even go so far as to say, what do you think, Zob? They do stuff like that. They'll put it, in plain sight. You've seen who was in the picture behind them.
Yeah, it's all blackmail.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it always goes down too. I mean, it's like, look, if they can't blackmail them,
right,
and they don't have control over them, they don't get in.
That's it.
That's it. And they lure them in with that golden handcuffs. They give them campaign contributions, and it's like the only thing you hear candidates say is how much they're going to fucking do for Israel.
Yeah.
It's like, wait a minute. Israel is not the United States. How does this little shitting country have so much influence here? Well,
that every battle Israel has, half of it's won already by the mainstream media backing them up.
Right.
No matter what they do, no matter what they do.
Well, Sav, any of those politicians that even are favored used to end up at Epstein's Island. Think about that one.
That girl.
She's on her deathbed.
Yeah.
How can she post like a Snapchat picture of herself saying, "I've only got 4 days to live"?
Virginia, it does sound
weird. Nobody does that.
Right. We need to.
Nobody does that.
Hey, we need to pick that apart one night.
Yeah, it is kind of weird how she's in such bad shape, but making social media posts and stuff that doesn't.
Apparently, I don't know how true it is. I've not researched this myself. There's no local media coverage of the crash what she was involved in.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But all of a sudden, she sprung up online saying she's got 4 days to live. So you've got to believe it.
It's all a big fucking movie.
Yep.
And as far as any of that Epstein shit is concerned, nothing is going to happen. Nothing is going to happen because of who it implicates and who's involved. You want to know who's involved? Go take a look at Washington, D.C. Okay? All of your politicians, all of your presidents, they're all involved in that bullshit. They're not going to expose a goddamn thing.
Yeah,
they might throw a couple of low-level lackeys under the bus, just like they did with the Marc Luttrell case in Belgium. This shit reached all the way up into the European Union Parliament, man.
I don't know how that client list can be of national security.
If you're going to do something, let's see some fucking perp walks. That's what I'm talking about. Some public executions.
Not a single person.
That's all. Yeah. I mean, why not?
That's the other thing about it too, is like they keep inundating you with all this information. I think it's to hide everything. It's just like, oh, we're going to release this file and that file and this file.
Yeah, they keep dangling a carrot in front of you and then taking it away. Redacted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, it's like, oh, I thought you were going to go look for the gold in Fort Knox.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were going to make America healthy.
Give the sheeple enough to keep them quiet.
Right.
And then it'll be all we'll distract them with something else.
Here's how they act. Watch here. Oh, wait, I got to put it up there. Yeah. There we go.
It was truly a pleasure. Can I ask your stance on Palestine, sir?
Palestine. You look like you got plastic surgery, sir. Can I get your stance on Palestine? Yeah.
Didn't like that, did I?
You look like you got plastic surgery. He got bent. That's cool. He's got deep pockets. How much you willing to settle for with that assault case right there, babe? Gonna give me some of that APEC money, bitch. You know?
Yeah. Get your hand in your pocket, Jew.
Give me some of that sweet Jew gold.
Hey, have you seen some of the before and after pictures of Palestine? It's heartbreaking, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Beautiful temples and all that just gone smithereens.
Carpet bomb.
It was a popular tourist destination back in like the 20s and 30s and shit. It was a beautiful place. People would go there, and and there were Jews living there. It wasn't until they give them that little bit.
On it.
Yeah. Well, that's what got the ball rolling. It wasn't until 1947, 1948.
They're all over that. The Rothschilds, aren't they? They're all over that.
Of course. In fact, it stems right into the heart of Zionism. One of the founding fathers of modern political Zionism, Theodore Herzl. He said, and I think this was in the 1890s. He said, "It is important that we increase the suffering of the Jew. The anti-Semite will become our greatest ally in achieving our dream of a Jewish homeland." See, because up until then, the international Jew had no homeland. There were Jews here and Jews there and Jews this place and Jews at that place. They didn't have a country of any kind. And what they were notorious for is infiltrating into the society, feigning allegiance to that country, and then destroying it like a cancer from within.
It's happening right now, isn't it?
Look, you get kicked. If I got divorced, if I had 109 fucking people, women, divorce me over a course of time, I don't get to say it was them, not me. Okay? It's just no. It's me, obviously. So that's the thing. Oh, they were just prejudiced. They didn't like our ways. Well, yeah, they don't like your ways because your ways are fucked up, man.
Yeah, they upset every country manifesting.
Yeah.
Well, nobody wants about, you know what I mean? So there's
well, they feel sorry for them. Anyway. What happens is they play this pity act. They play up this pity act. The victim. They're always playing the victim. Even when they're the aggressor, they play the victim. And it's sort of like you see this cute little starving puppy and you bring it into your house because you feel bad for it. But them motherfuckers plotting on how to kill you and eat you the whole time.
Snake with two heads, aren't they?
I'm serious, man. And that's every time. That's why they're always getting thrown out of someplace.
Yeah, they're always getting bailed out as well, though, aren't they? By people whose pockets they can line. You know what I mean? It's absolutely 100% true, mate, that money is the root of all evil. It is.
Well, it's not money. It's the love of money, because money can be used to do a lot of great things. You can feed the poor.
That's how you can tell the world's run by psychopaths.
You know what I'm saying is money has the potential to do good things, but it's the individual love of money. In other words, you're willing to put mammon, you're willing to put worldly goods above your spirit, above humankind, above God.
Yeah, that's how you can tell the world's run by psychopaths, because they've got all the money, but none of the love.
I'm going to say, guys, do you notice a theme here across the board? I'm just going to say one thing. There's one particular country that's involved in all of this.
Does it start with an I and end with a hell?
Possibly would.
Israel? No, I'm just kidding.
Israel.
Italy, yeah.
Hey, sorry, check back chat real quick.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, definitely that country.
Oh, Justin sent something to me.
Yeah, so I was told.
Let me see, where's Justin at? Justin Incredible. Mellow Globe.
He's pretty
Mellow
incredible.
Globe. Is that what Melodome changed his name to? Is that what's going on?
I'm not
No,
sure.
that's what we call him now.
Oh, that's funny as shit.
David Banner started that. He started calling him Mellow Globe.
Oh man, Justin, that is incredible. Thank you so much. Justin just sent me $100. Man,
that's because he is just incredible.
Bravo, that's incredible. He's befitting of his name for sure, no doubt. Wow, thank you so much. I don't know what to say. I greatly appreciate it. And you know, that's the only, you know, I get that every so often. Nobody's required to do that, and it really makes me feel good when somebody does that, because it's like, wow, what I'm doing is appreciated, because I don't even dare try to monetize on YouTube anyway.
Yeah, and cannabis is there, you know what I mean? So thanks, whoever sent that.
This is a gift from Israel. You're gonna have to pay later.
Being friends
that's what I've been doing with it anyway.
Being friends with growers doesn't hurt a whole lot either. So
exactly.
You know, that's,
and I don't like people who class it as I don't know if I can say this on there, so I called it D-rugs. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, it's not. It's, you know,
that's what I mean.
Deal. It's like
the most anti-D-rug of all time. For God's sake, that's why it's suppressed, obviously, because of its benefits.
That's why I'm so damn healthy right now.
Me too, brother. Right now.
I think you'd have better eyesight, though.
Yeah. One racer came up with a good name for Patricia. He calls her Patricia Spear.
From trying to read all these, it's Patricia what? Sphere?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We laugh.
That's classic, man.
So what? There was a couple of us that are here. Roger was here. I'm not sure if the rest of you, when Mark Sargent came on to Flatzoids the other day.
Yeah, I saw that the other day. Yeah.
So what do y'all think about him?
He's been making the rounds lately.
Yeah. Hard to say. I know. I mean,
like I said earlier, it all seems kind of like manufactured drama, but I don't know. I don't know these guys as well as some, so I'm not gonna.
Yeah, it's hard to pinpoint who's 100% and who's gonna throw us all under the bus. You know what I mean? Anyone's up for bleeding grabs these days, really. I was surprised with Witt sitting here. Still can't get my head around it.
that's right.
Yeah, he ain't made no videos or nothing.
Hmm.
He's like gone.
But supposedly, isn't he supposed to kind of address, because they got rid of Elizabeth, so, but he's supposed to address something on his channel. I never really watched Strange World or anything, but
I don't know. It sounded that shit that happened to Elizabeth sounded like a fucking warning to me.
Yeah, that's,
you know, I mean, it's just like right out of a movie. It's like, yeah, you could have an accident, you know, you got to be real careful about whose show you go on now. You don't know, yeah, good is, you know, like one of them guys.
Wow. I didn't even hear about that.
yeah, I guess she got in an accident and got hurt pretty bad.
I was saying earlier that she got threats before it happened. That's what they were told.
Got what? I couldn't hear you there.
Threats? They threatened somebody.
Oh, threats. Okay.
Like anonymous phone calls and stuff. Before she got.
Well, I just found it ironic and weird that she ended up on that show anyway. But
I've had people like on Facebook, some of these unhinged fucks. They go, oh, well, you live at such and such an address and this, that, and the other. And it's like, don't you wonder how I know that? And I'm like, no, because it's public fucking records. You know, it's not like you're some kind of a sleuth or anything, you know?
Right.
You feel nervous now, eh?
Yeah.
Come on over for dinner.
Yeah.
Anytime you want.
Yeah, come on over and play. I got toys.
F around and find out.
I got lots of toys. We can have all kinds of fun.
I said earlier,
you probably get the likes of MC2 bringing his rockets with him. Whoosh, whoosh.
I got some little copper jacketed rockets of my own. Take care of shit like that with. Don't worry.
Well, you know, if you heard the shot, it wasn't for you, right, Sal?
That's exactly right. And I don't calculate for Coriolis. All right. So maybe that if you're a Glober, that at least maybe give you a little hope. But Nah.
Pray for Earth between me and you. Yeah. Oh Lord.
So yeah, it's like, oh my God, here I've only got 4 of these here. Let me see what these fucking guys got to say.
Hey, do you know when you get a global with a headshot anyway? The only difference is afterwards that when they run, they whistle. Nothing in between it is.
Hold on, I'm looking here. See if there's anybody. Yeah, they never have anything, just little snipey, dumb shit to say. That's all.
Yeah, it's petty as well and proper immature, man.
Yeah, they're like little children.
Little chihuahuas.
They are. They're like little children. It cracks me up.
Because now and again, I'll go on TikTok and I'll join a live debate, you know, obviously about flat Earth. And you are hear the attitude of some of them on there. It's as if they're defending it from a child's point of view. No, it's this actually. Haha.
Yeah.
Where's your evidence then? Oh, you haven't got any, have you? Who speaks like that to people? Have a debate with me. Speak normally. I'll speak normally to you.
Yeah, you expect them to go na boo boo, you know, like
exactly. You're daft.
Yeah, but that's what I think is great because it really shows how childlike of a belief system it is. Because those that are championing it usually, if not always, have a very childlike maturity level. You know, like they're in grade school or something.
Yeah.
I mean, you watch it, fool Craig.
The responses to logical arguments, what you have with them is, and you're thinking, come on, mate, you're taking the piss.
Well, it's like watching fucking Craig from FTFE. That guy's
He's the worst one. He's the worst one.
Wow. Well, I don't know. Tune's pretty bad, man. The dude's got a Flurf Wikipedia page, and now he's got this series of top left videos for some award or anything, you know. And I'm like, cool. Let me know if there's a check involved, you know.
So everybody's handing out awards now, huh?
He's
got an award. He's got an award for being the first person to ever walk behind the sun.
I know. I guess why he's losing his mind. He thought this was going to be the coup de grace, and it turned it out, you know. They didn't just shoot themselves in the foot. They blew their own damn leg off. And while they're bleeding profusely, this idiot's racking more rounds. Oh, and I'm like, oh my God, man. No wonder he's losing his fucking mind.
It helped separate all the liars too.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, it did.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, I thought it was interesting because I brought that up because there was some mention of where Karen B flipped her shit on me that night. And I was like, you know, now he's friends with her. And I says, now, wait a minute. Think about it. She actually jumped my ass because I was telling people to look at what we have objectively.
Right.
And not fall for a false sense of familiarity.
That's right.
Don't bias yourself that way. Look at it objectively. And she didn't think that was
right.
A good way to approach these things, that you should trust Jaron because you know him. And I'm like, I don't know that motherfucker.
That's right.
You know, I know him from what? On a YouTube camera? Get the fuck out of here. You know?
It seems like individually, each one of them kind of stick up for one or the other.
That's
like
right.
They've all got their own one that they kind of choose. It's like, oh, I don't get along with this guy, but I'm going to stick up with this girl. It's like, they've all got somebody that they're kind of protecting or looking after no matter what within the club.
Yep.
Well, I'm going to go around the panel. I'm going to go around the panel and give everybody a minute, and then I'm going to shut her down because I got to work in the morning. Just incredible. Thank you so much. That was amazing. Yeah, I've had another guy do the same thing too, Steven. And I'm like, man, these people are fucking awesome. I was like, that's incredible. That's his name too, just incredible. So I'll start with you, Bree Wilson. What do you got? Anything last thoughts?
I'll just say this, boys. It's nice to be in the room with you at last, and It's 4:30 in the morning here. I'm just about to crack open a beer.
Oh, Lord.
I respect every single one of you.
Right on, man. Thanks for coming tonight. Roger, what do you got for us, babe?
Oh, not much. I had a Glober tell me today that he believes, and all his cohorts believe, that level is curved. And he's sticking to it, literally. We were going through, basically just going through his measurements and stuff. And it's now, when it says level, level is curved. And I said, that's a belief. He's like, yes, that's a belief. We believe that the level is curved. That was his rebuttal. I just had to put that out there for everybody. It was horrible.
That's fucked up. And Chad, I was going to tell you, I'm going to get into those links you sent me.
Oh yeah, I got to
get. Yeah, I want to get into it because that's some interesting stuff. But,
so you just reminded me. Was it you who played the link of the statement analysis on Neil Armstrong?
No.
Have you not seen that one? I'll post it to you on Facebook, mate.
All right, cool beans. That works.
No, dude.
Porter, what do you got?
I'll get it now.
All right.
Well, I just wanted to tell y'all I appreciate y'all giving me a chance to talk.
Y'all come back now, you hear?
That's pretty good.
I just wanted to tell you thank you, Saul, for doing these videos right now. All these people that log on, they ain't in their right mind, that don't listen, they just don't want to learn.
No.
And you can't be nauseated. You gotta slow down, step away from the conditioning, from the doctors. You know, that's all I gotta say.
The teachers.
Cheers.
I bet you can eat an apple to a letterbox.
Amy ain't no joke, y'all. They just programming the youth today. Yes, they are.
You know, they've been programming. They programmed us, or at least they tried. That's for real.
Where's your whiskey bottle at, man? That's what I want to know. Where's his whiskey jug at?
What's that?
Where's your whiskey jug at?
The whiskey jug. Need one of them earthen.
Yeah,
growler.
Need one of them earthen jugs like you get. You know, I used to have one of those, man. So, Chad, what do you got to leave us with?
I ain't got a whole lot, man. Just thanks for having me up again. It's good hanging out with all you guys and get out and enjoy life.
Right on.
Right. That's right.
Nice.
Well, I'm going to pick us a good movie to watch exclusively sometime this week, probably closer to the weekend.
Awesome.
Maybe we'll do Capricorn 1.
Yeah.
That's a really good one. And what gets me is the time period and when it was released, that they actually released it, because that was only like 1976, 1977.
Right.
You know, and it would be, the first thing you think is, wow, they could have faked the moon landing.
Yeah.
You know, when you watch that, it's like, oh shit. And the stuff they went through, especially when that reporter went to go see his friend.
Yeah.
And there's some woman living there claiming that she lived there for the last 5 years, and the decor is all different. It's painted. Yeah, it's like, what the fuck? You know, so you see how high that shit goes, how deep it goes.
Yep.
It really does.
I think we spent a little more money on Capricorn and the moon landing, actually.
Wow. That's a good one.
You dig that? Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to tell everybody, like I do every week, don't forget that, where am I at here? There I am. Don't forget, the Lord loves the working man. Don't trust Whitey. See your doctor, get rid of him, because he'll probably kill you. And if you heard the shot, it probably wasn't meant for you. So we'll see you the next time on Sovereign Soul Unchained Mind. Good night, everybody.
Hey, how are you glow-tards doing? Just wanted to check in from how you were doing when you all learned about me, when you were just little wee little ones, and you were too stupid to question anything, and you know, just wanted to check in and make sure you still believed in me. You still believe in me, right? You better still believe in me. Because if you don't, I'm gonna call you names. Like, you still live in your mama's basement, and you better not breed. That's okay. I know you still believe in me.